Perhaps you've seen us cutting back trees around overhead power lines. Or maybe you've received a letter telling you that your electricity supply will be interrupted for a few hours while we carry out some vegetation management work in your area. If you've ever wondered what vegetation management is all about and why your electricity supply has been interrupted, then this short film will explain why. We manage the network that delivers electricity to your home or business. Although you may pay your electricity bill to an energy supply company, it's our job to keep your lights on. Our network covers an area of 25,000 square kilometres, from the Scottish borders to northern Lincolnshire, and from the east coast across to the Pennines. We have around 91,000 kilometres of overhead lines and underground cables, enough to take you nearly a quarter of the way to the moon. And we supply electricity to 3.8 million homes and businesses. With a network that extensive, it's very important that we manage the growth of trees and bushes across the countryside and even in people's gardens, so that they don't damage the power lines or create a safety risk to our customers. So a planned interruption to your electricity supply whilst we carry out this type of work will almost certainly prevent a long, unexpected power cut in the future.
We're always looking to make sure that the network is clear of trees for two reasons. One is for the constant supply of electricity to customers, and the other is for keeping customers safe.
We have a danger of children climbing into trees, coming into contact with the overhead line if they can't see them. We also have a danger to anybody doing work in their own garden on their own land.
There is a risk of electrocution, and there's obviously a risk to a fault on the network.
From a vegetation management point of view, our goal is to have as few outages as we possibly can, planned or unplanned.
The job starts in the office with our mapping department, where we create maps of the overhead network. Those are then issued to our surveyors, who will then go out and walk the lines. Once they've identified those tree sites, they'll go and find the landowners who own those trees and come to a negotiated agreement about what work that we can do to make the trees safe.
So that could be a farmer that's got trees on his land, or it could be somebody that has trees in their back garden.
This part of the country has a lot of sites of special significance, and areas of outstanding natural beauty which you have to consider.
We carry out environmental checks on all the sites that we cut. We also have people who check for bats and badgers and newts, and all those things are identified right up front when we do our surveys.
We then have to look at outage planning in terms of our network, what it means, how many customers it's going to impact. We then have to notify our customers.
Where our customers need a continuous electricity supply for medical reasons, we can put additional measures in place to ensure their health and safety is not put at risk. Please see our website for further details of how to register for our priority service.
We currently actually have a database linked to our system which notifies us when there are vulnerable customers connected to the piece of network which has gone faulty.
We will look to help however we can by doing whatever we can to the network to make sure they're not suffering. And that may include supply and generation if that's what's required for a vulnerable customer situation.
The work's being carried out on site here today impacts around 100 customers, so we will have interrupted the supply of those 100 customers.
We're a health and wellbeing centre. We have a health club attached to it. Somebody came to visit us about a month ago with the date and a letter explaining what was happening and why.
We do try to do the work as quickly and efficiently as we can, such that we can get people's power back on as quickly as possible.
It can be an inconvenience, but I think it's just about, if we know well in advance, then we can plan for it.
We will be, and always will be, supportive of services who want to make a break in our operation in order to ensure nothing unexpected hits us out of the blue.
We hope this has given you an idea of the work we're doing to keep your lights on.